All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome. You have been beamed aboard, and you are now live and inside the mothership. Don't worry, the gravitational plates are gravitating, the inertia canceller is canceling, and the deflector array is going to still wear its mask, even though somebody said you don't have to. Somebody said you have to. Somebody said you don't have to if you have a piece of paper that says you don't have to. And some people say that you can go to jail if you have a piece of paper that says that you don't have to, but you don't really have to. And shut up, okay? All of it. Just whatever. Whatever. Tired of wearing my mask, okay? It's stupid, but whatever. Don't want to get thrown in fake jail for committing a fake felony. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get things underway. Today we're going to have some music, some talk, some comedy, and of course, the exciting conclusion to The Greatest American Zeros. That's right. That's Just a Few Questions. It's a segment that airs during Inside the Mothership every Sunday. It starts at 12 noon Eastern. We do a little segment called Just a Few Questions where I put people in strange circumstances. Well, a couple weeks ago, I had alien visitors charge a couple people with the task of cleaning up Earth's problems. Otherwise, they were going to bulldoze the planet. Well, after the end of that episode, they were ready to embark upon their mission, but never actually did. So, the exciting conclusion happened yesterday during Inside the Mothership, and we'll bring you both of those episodes today, as well as the classic episode. Bad movie flashbacks. Maybe Judge Mann will stop by with some man law. I'll talk about some ridiculous things, and of course your phone calls at 1-313-444-8919. Again, it's 1-313-444-8919. Or Skype me at AlienStone1. That's AlienStone and the number 1. Don't spell it out. Why? Because you would be wrong. Let's go ahead and get things underway like we always do with a bit of a history lesson here on the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
May 17th, 1954. In Washington, the U.S. Supreme Court strikes down racially segregated public schools as separate and unequal. The court's ruling in Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka fuels America's civil rights movement and the eventual end of legal segregation in the United States. 1973. Also in Washington, a U.S. Senate committee begins public hearings to investigate the Watergate scandal. Senator Sam Ervin, Democrat from North Carolina, is in the committee chair.
If the many allegations made to this date are true, then the burglars who broke into the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee at Watergate were in effect breaking into the home of every citizen of the United States.
The following year, the scandal forces Richard Nixon to become the first president to resign from office. 1792. Birth of the New York Stock Exchange as a group of brokers meets under a tree located on what is now Wall Street. And 1875. The horse Aristides wins the first Kentucky Derby held at the track in Louisville, Kentucky that eventually becomes known as Churchill Downs. Today in history, May 17th, Ross Simpson, The Associated Press.
Alrighty, folks. Once again, that has been your brief little history lesson here on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. And, folks, it's time now to get some music into your vajir holes. So let's go ahead and start things off. Let's see. Let's pull some music here. How about a live track? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. How about a live track from Arcades Project? This is a couple of the members from the band The Creeping Chaos, and they came in during the 36 Hours of Alien Xmas 2020, and they laid down this track here from Arcades Project. This is called Paradise, and it's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
A misdemeanor treated like a light infraction. Just serve up cold revenge, but make it sweet. Another day of paradise. Another day of paradise. Another day I roll the dice. We get a sunlight from carcinogenic coffins, Kentucky Fried Skin, George Hamilton style. And everybody's out to get something for nothing. So damn litigious lawsuits make us smile. Well, there are many ways to sell the somber waters and other avenues that make it redirect. Don't ride upon the vehicle that misdirection steers. Complacency is what a fool accepts. Another day of paradise. Another day of paradise. Another day I roll the dice. Everybody's out to get something for nothing, and life is so much better on the net. The grammar school of Jersey turn signals are extinct, so I just write and jam and sing these songs until I'm dead. But there are many ways to sail the somber waters in other avenues that make it redirect. Don't ride upon the vehicle that misdirection steers. Complacency, that's what a fool accepts. Another day of paradise. Another day of paradise. Another day I roll the dice.
I like turtles.
Sweet corn whiskey in a mason jar. I got 24 bottles in the back of my car. Headed to the lake
this week's Bad Movie Flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
Oh my God, I don't believe this is not happening.
We have got a poltergeist!
Okay, well, folks, I can do a clearance, but it's not going to be cheap. Although I do offer a 6-month guarantee.
Frank Bannister had a remarkable ability
Psychic investigator?
to communicate with the dead.
That fellow takes us totally for granted.
Hey, Stuart, in or out, huh? Emanations are normally confined to the cemetery.
You cannot push spirits around.
Although they do escape.
And an uncanny knack
We're gonna scare the living daylights out of your parents.
for making a profit off the living.
We're supposed to be his business partners.
Everyone says that you're a fraud, but I've seen what you can do.
But now, some things put the fear of death in the living
What is happening to me?
and sent the dead running for their lives.
I've seen a figure in a cape.
When your number's up, that's it.
Frank, we got problems. All these murders that have been going on in Fairwater, they're gonna pin them on you.
From Universal Pictures and Robert Zemeckis.
You're next, pal.
And acclaimed director Peter Jackson.
We don't stop till the screaming starts, you dig?
The Frighteners.
Resistance is futile. Probing is not allowed. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. That's 313-444-8919. Or hang out in the chat room at alienxradio.com. You have been beamed aboard and you are now inside the mothership with Alien Stone.
All right, folks, it's once again time for the punchlines, and the punchlines being brought to you by Igor's Lube. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook or at www.igorslube.com. There's no better way to get your fist unstuck from a gravy boat. Nothing is a better companion for a naked game of Twister. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube, so get some today and get some tomorrow. And also, don't forget to head on over to alienxradio.com and click on the Alien X Gear page and go to the store to get your Igor's Lube t-shirts, as well as your Alien X Radio swag. So we keep talking about this, and I'm going to keep talking about it until you guys come to your senses, okay? There is not one single piece of software that has been written in history of man that has not glitched or needed repair or a patch in some way. So please explain to me why people keep letting their cars drive themselves. Okay, Tesla is an outstanding vehicle. It's an outstanding vehicle. It's an outstanding electric vehicle. They put in an autonomous driving feature, which was a freaking mistake, as it will be in any car that it goes in until the day comes when software is infallible, which it isn't. So, again, people, just because you have enough money to buy a Tesla does not mean that you are above the law. Yet again, an idiot in California. I know there's so many of them there, correct? I know. It's like overwhelmed with idiots. I get it. But another idiot in California driving his Tesla gets arrested after several 911 calls come in because this dingbat was not sleeping in the driver's seat. He was not sleeping in the passenger seat. He was straight out, passed out, in slumber in the back seat, letting his Tesla drive him wherever he was going. Frankly, sir, you're an idiot. You're a dangerous human being. And I'm glad that there was no ticket involved and that you got arrested. Because you need to be arrested. You didn't run a red light. You didn't speed. Okay, fool? You let your car decide how to drive while you slept in the back seat. Now, the autonomous driving thing, it even tells you, if you ever use it, it's meant to be used while you're in the driver's seat, awake, and right there. Okay? Still, guess what? Stupid. What are you going to do if you're just sitting there and your autonomous vehicle's driving and all of a sudden it decides to exit the freeway, but you're on a bridge? What are you going to do? Oh, I'll just grab the steering. No, it goes, whoom, grabs the steering wheel. Half a second later, you're hitting the guardrail. 1 second later, you're hitting the water. All because your autonomous vehicle got confused. Has your computer ever gotten confused at home? Has it ever made a mistake? If the answer is yes, then drive your own car. Okay? Drive your own freaking car. It's not a smart outlet that's running your coffee maker. Okay? It's not automating something as simple as turning the lights on in the morning or an alarm clock. It's driving a piece of machine around at a high rate of speed amongst other human beings. Drive your own car. Boneheads.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Seriously. How many times? I mean, I'm not one for jumping on the bandwagon here about, oh, I saw a video, because there's always videos, okay? But there's millions and millions and millions and millions of people that don't get videos. So, but come on. There are actually a bunch of these coming out. You have to realize that it is a messed up system. Don't use it. Drive your own car. Okay? That's been the punchlines. Don't just hang out in the back seat, man. You're supposed to drive the car. You're not just going along for the ride. Oh, segue! It's Suit with Along for the Ride on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Head down and
to let go. So much more is still left in store. Living like there's no tomorrow, there's no telling where you can go when you're just along for the ride. Sometimes feel I'm out of my mind, but I'm along for the ride. Come rain or come shine, all is fine when I'm along for the
I took my baby on a Saturday bank. Boy, you stay there with you, yes, for one in the same.
When a woman screams, I just feel the need to be there.
broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
Hello and welcome to the weekly sports update with the Prospect on Alien X Radio. 2020 was a difficult year for sports as their world and the overall world stopped abruptly when the coronavirus made its way into our lives, leaving a devastating wake of lives lost and grief for those that were left behind. A sense of normalcy is what people want, and as stadiums start to fill up again, we are starting to get there. Another harbinger of things to come was the 2020 Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. The ceremony was pushed up to this year due to the pandemic, and as has other ceremonies, but this one was bittersweet as the finalists were some of the biggest names that were well deserved to be among the greats this year. Among those, like finalists Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Tamika Catchings, and Rudy Tomjanovich, was the late Kobe Bryant. Bryant, who passed away last year in a helicopter accident, was on the fast track to the Hall of Fame as soon as news broke of the incident. As a show of his massive contribution to the sport, the NBA All-Star Game MVP was renamed in his honor, as well as the All-Star Game itself tweaked to pay homage to the Lakers star. Now he joins the others immortalized forever in Springfield, Massachusetts, where he belongs. No one wants their thrilling win in a foot race marred by suspicions of steroid or banned substance use. The feeling of a victory suddenly ripped from your hands thanks to the US ADA could tarnish your career. And that also applies to the four-legged variety too. Medina Spirit was a fan favorite that was going to be a Triple Crown winner after capturing first place in the Kentucky Derby. But a failed drug test soon after raised some concerns to the validity of the win, and the ramifications seemed to carry it to the second leg of the event. In the Preakness, the embattled horse finished third in the race, ending the chance to capture horse racing's ultimate prize. But the dust has not settled on this controversy just yet. After the Derby, testing showed that the colt had tested positive for betamethasone, an anti-inflammatory drug. Officials stated that a second test must be done to determine the overall findings of the discovery of the drug, and if the second test comes back positive, Medina Spirit will be stripped of his Derby win, making second place winner Mandaloon the eventful winner. Trainer Bob Baffert will be suspended from entering any more horses in any race, and they will have to surrender the over $1 million in prize money. I will keep you updated on this story as it develops. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect. Say until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
The highly anticipated rock anthem of 2021 has arrived. The Dead Daisies return with Like No Other off the chart-topping album Holy Ground. Glenn Hughes, Doug Aldrich, David Lowy, and Tommy Klepetos unleash Like No Other.
2021.
Get the album Holy Ground now. And request Like No Other 2021 on your rock station. And check out tour dates kicking off June 23rd at thedeaddaisies.com. Holy Ground, like no other 2021. The Dead Daisies 2021 is about to get louder.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio. Resistance is futile.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
Wow. Wow. Such violence and pain. Too early in the morning. Slow down. Wow. Good morning, everybody. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am your host, Alien Stone. We are broadcasting live directly into your Vajir holes on Planet Chaos on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio Network, United Talk Radio, the Sword Radio Network, and Western Reserve Digital Radio. Then in syndication and replay around the world on beautiful stations like 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSBFM Get Smashed Radio, the IRN Internet Radio Network, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Prodcore, Pure Rock, Good Talk, and Mile High Radio, as well as K89. Welcome, everybody, wherever it is that you are listening. You can always give me a call at 1-313-444-8919. That's 1-313-444-8919. Or Skype me at AlienStone1. That's AlienStone and the number 1. Don't spell it out. You'd be wrong. For those of you just now tuning in, you're late. We get things underway at 9 a.m. Eastern here for the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You can also check me out on Sundays at 12 noon Eastern for Inside the Mothership with myself and my co-hosts. I got to say co-hosts with an S now. That's right. There's 3 of us inside the Mothership every week. That's right. An official third person on the show. So you got myself, you got D-Unit, who's been the co-host since the beginning, and now we got Sir Martin of Mad from UG Media. Wow. It's getting kind of crowded inside the mothership. We might have to swing by Jupiter Station and have an extension put on. Just saying, we could do that, you know. We could put in a virtual room, which is actually bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. It's science. I'm just saying, it's science. You don't understand it, it's okay. Okay? It's about the size of a closet, but when you walk in there, football stadium. Okay? Football stadium. So, we've got just a few questions coming up here, a classic episode of that before we get into the next 2 hours, which will be the last 2 episodes of Just a Few Questions. The Greatest American Zeros, Part 1 and Part 2. We'll let you know exactly how D-Unit and Sir Martin of Mad saved planet Earth or didn't save planet Earth. You'll have to find out, right? You'll have to find out. So, before we get to the classic episode, which is from a couple years ago, let's play a little bit of music for your Vajir holes. You know, I like to soften you up a little bit before I hit you with just a few questions because, you know, otherwise it could hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's just like anything else. You know, you need a little foreplay. So we can't just go right to business, can we? So how about a band? I know this was submitted to me from the UK some time ago. Which song do I want to play? Oh, this one right here. So this is the one I'm going to play. Crow is the name of the band, and Dead Heroes, the name of the tune. And we'll be back with just a few questions after this on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
From a poison tree.
Hello, this is Ernie Singleton, a.k.a. T-Dog from The Walking Dead, and you are listening to
X Radio.
The world ended. Didn't you get the memo?
And now it's time to answer just a few questions.
Hello, hello, hello. It is now time to answer just a few questions. Gonna make you feel a little uncomfortable. I'll be honest. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I struggled this week.
Did you?
To come up with an idea. Because I have put you in so many situations, in so many planes of existence, and in so many places on Earth, and in space.
It's true.
I've put you all over the place.
Oh.
And we did all kinds of crazy things. So I was like, well, what do I usually avoid? Let's go to, like in The Last Dragon. To seek safety, one must go to the heart of danger. So I figured, okay, what topic am I the least comfortable with? So I put myself in an uncomfortable position this week. And that's sports.
What?
Sports.
Sports.
I'm very uncomfortable with sports because I don't like sports.
Okay.
So I remembered how I used to make fun of sports all the time, and I figured I can ask a bunch of questions sarcastically and make fun of them at the same time. So, that being said...
Question number one.
Question number one! Question number one is... So out of the blue, you have decided to change careers and will now try your hand as a professional athlete. You take a look at all of the pros and cons of each sport before choosing one. Here's a list so far. What is missing from each list? Hockey. Ice is cold. Hockey players get lots of tail. You have to ice skate. You heard chicks like ice skaters. Hockey scores are low, so there's no pressure to score multiple times per game. Or A, you don't have a cool Canadian hockey player last name to go from shoulder to shoulder across the back of your jersey. B, you just don't care enough about hockey to watch it, let alone play it. Or C, you have to participate in brawling, and you would prefer to keep all of your teeth in your mouth.
Definitely C.
C. Good.
Definitely
That's
C.
a good answer. We like our teeth in our mouth.
Yes.
Because they work the best for eating.
Yes.
That way. And
Exactly.
saying things with the TH sound in it.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's no.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Exactly.
Okay, so football.
Foosball for the devil.
Guys will slap you on the ass, but also so will easy women. Your legs could be junk after you retire, but also you will have made connections with all the right doctors to supply you with all the drugs that you need to forget about your knees and feel like they're being crushed, or forget about your knees that feel like they're being crushed in a vice. Provided that you have gotten your... Jeez, oh, Pete. Provided that you hadn't gotten brain damage yet, you could transition into sportscaster as long as you can still speak clearly, unlike me, and make sense. Or, shoulder pads are unflattering and you can't throw a spiral to save your ass. B, you don't like needles and they are in every NFL player's future. Or C, you have to get arrested for drug possession while driving a sports car. It's in every standard NFL contract.
I'm going to definitely go with B.
B.
I don't like needles.
No. And pretty much when you sign up,
you're going to
at some point, you're going to have to take some needles in the kneecaps.
Yep. Cortisone shots.
Oh, yeah, screw that. And in your back or wherever else.
Yeah.
You know?
Elbow, wrist, shoulder.
Bonus question.
Oh, there's a bonus question.
What would be the worst part about you playing basketball? A, you can't jump. B, you don't want to wear shorts in public. C, you can't fake falling down. Or D, you can't see yourself with 14 kids by 8 different mothers.
D.
Very nice, very nice.
However, I can't jump either.
Right.
But
there might be a combination of answers.
It could be a combination.
Check all that apply.
E other, both A and E, both A and D.
And now,
question number 2.
Question number 2. So, now with all those pros and cons, you have narrowed it down to baseball player or MMA fighter. You will now make your final decision and start your new career as professional athlete. Let's think about a few things for just a minute. It's a big decision. As a baseball player, you get 4 balls and you get to walk to first base. If you had 4 of the type of balls you need to be an MMA fighter, walking might not be that easy. What size and type of metal balls would those be?
What size would they be?
What size and type of metal balls do you need to be an MMA fighter?
They'd have to be huge balls made of brass.
Close enough. Big brass balls. Absolutely. You have to have big brass balls to be an MMA fighter.
Big brass balls.
That's right. As an MMA fighter, the likelihood of taking a couple balls in the face is actually greater than in baseball. They just won't hurt as much as in baseball. When baseball hits you right in the eye socket, that might hurt a little more. Outside of sports, what is it called if you intentionally put your balls on someone's eyes?
A teabag.
Teabagging, yes. All right, very good answer. Ding, 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 ding. All right. The way your energy is distributed is completely different in these two sports. In baseball, you have long blocks of resting time with short and fast jumps in the physical action, but the game could last a long time, sometimes going into extra innings. In MMA, you only get short breaks and are mostly running at full steam the entire time. While filled with intense action, it could end unexpectedly with an upset at any time. If I asked all of your past sex partners to choose for you based on this criteria alone, what sport do you think you would be in? Oh!
I'm going to say an MMA fighter.
You're going to be an MMA fighter. So, yeah, you never know, man. It could just end at any moment with an upset. But at the same time, though, it's constant
all right.
action. Okay, I see what
it is.
All right. Bonus question. What do you think would be more devastating? A 95-mile-an-hour fastball to the face or a spinning hook kick to the face?
Ooh.
I have 2 answers you could choose.
I am going to say spinning heel kick.
All right, one answer you could have chosen was they're about the same. They would both they could both cave in your cheekbone pretty safely.
Yeah.
The other answer is ask Felipe Lira. Wham! He took a shot straight back, right into the face, broke his jaw, and spun him around and put him to sleep right there on the mound.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, that was messed up. Pretty sure it was Felipe Lira. Watch me have the name wrong. Anyway.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Question number 3 is, so, golf it is. You have weighed out your options and figured that aside from the casual walking, the physical aspect of it is pretty mild. You get to enjoy the nice weather. There is no need to wear shoulder pads or a cup. You could train on your own as it is not a team sport. Unlike baseball, in golf, the ball will stand still and wait for you to hit it. Like in kids' t-ball. And unlike in the MMA, you are supposed to hit the balls. This all being said, You want to be remembered as that guy, so you want to be the very first extreme golfer. Mixing the game of golf with the entertainment value of professional wrestling, let's design your extreme golfer persona. In baseball, the batters have intro music. This is also true in the MMA. This is something that you want to take to the world of golf as well. So what will be your theme song, your intro? AC/DC's Big Balls, 9 Inch Nails' Head Like a Hole, or Other? And go.
I'm going to go with Other. And I'm going to do Creeping Chaos, Beg for Mercy.
Beg for Mercy. All right, so that's rocking while you come out onto the green.
Yes.
All right. Now, how will you enter? How will you make your appearance at the start of the game? A, fully clothed but stripped down to a G-string by the time you reach the tee. B, you parachute in from a helicopter onto the green dressed like Shazam. Or C, Other. An answer.
I'm going to go with C, Other. I'm going to have a custom golf cart with a stripper pole on the back.
With a stripper pole on the back.
Radio going, and a keg in the passenger seat.
Nice. All right.
That's how I'm going to roll.
All right. Now, what will your signature move be? What will you be known for that no one else has done? You will be the first athlete to be sponsored by Igor's Lube and toss out sample-sized bottles out to the spectators as you walk out into the green. B, instead of using a golf cart, you will be carried from hole to hole by a guy dressed as Sasquatch. Or C, Other.
Oh, I'm going with A.
A, definitely.
Absolutely A.
Definitely A.
Yes,
always
flavors.
Bet on Igor's Lube.
Always bet on Igor's Lube.
It's always the way to go. And your bonus question. When doing interviews, what voice will you use? A, your normal voice. B, that of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Or C, use a sampling machine filled with all possible answers to all possible questions in the voice of Morgan Freeman just because.
Oh, yes. C.
C, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Always bet on Igor's Lube and Morgan Freeman.
Yep.
All right. You know what time it is now, right?
Lightning round.
It is now time for Lightning Strikes. There is no right or wrong, just whether or not you agree with me. Here's the lightning round. Big balls or tiny balls?
Big balls.
I would have accepted either answer because we don't judge. Now, if that guy earlier had big balls, they might not have gotten into the little hole on his IKEA chair, and he might not be singing soprano. Hearts or clubs?
Clubs.
Very good. See, you remember what we've been doing here. Pitching or catching?
Pitching.
Oh, yeah.
You threw me a curveball.
Oh, punt intended.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
White men can't jump. Woody Harrelson or Woody Allen?
Woody Harrelson.
Because if it would have been Woody Harrelson.
You can't hear it, Jimmy.
I would have been like I just I feel it very much anxiety when I try to do the jump shot. So that was what it'd be like. It would be like Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
Or something like that. It's a really bad impersonation, but
Yes. You can't hear Jimmy.
A grand slam. Is that football, lacrosse, or Denny's?
Denny's.
Yes! Get that grand slam breakfast, baby. And that fake sausage and the runny eggs. Okay, never mind. Let's go somewhere else.
Big boy.
And finally, your backup sport. Synchronized underwater tennis or jousting?
Jousting.
Very good, because jousting is an actual thing.
Underwater synchronized tennis.
Yes.
What the...
Exactly. That's why we're getting into jousting. So there you go. Jousting. That's your new sport.
Joust. I like it.
And that has been just a few questions.
Let's rock this joint.
And that has been just a few questions. It's time to take a short break, pause in the action for station identification, and we will be back with hour number 2 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Go no place.
It's starting to get warm outside. Pretty soon my balls are going to stick to my leg. I got to get me some freedom.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cooling. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
The highly anticipated rock anthem of 2021 has arrived. The Dead Daisies return with Like No Other off the chart-topping album Holy Ground. Glenn Hughes, Doug Aldrich, David Lowy, and Tommy Klepetos unleash Like No Other.
2021.
Get the album Holy Ground now. And request Like No Other 2021 on your rock station. And check out tour dates kicking off June 23rd at thedeaddaisies.com. Holy Ground, like no other 2021. The Dead Daisies 2021 is about to get louder.
I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe. And I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
Following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your vagir holes. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Here's a complete disc jockey show with all the modern pace of today's exciting radio. This is Don Bruce at Cameo Parkway Records. You just put the needle on a really unique record album.
Please sit down. Frankly, this radio person is the whole problem.
Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial? One at a time.
Alrighty, folks. Who turns dials anymore, right? Are you going to let this guy be heard by anybody who can click a mouse? Who can finger their phone? That's right, folks. You're out there fingering your phones. And it's even worse when you're in the bathroom doing it. You're sitting on the toilet fingering your phones. Is that like a kerplunkin but with a phone? I don't know. It's weird. But a lot of people do it. I'm one. I'm just saying I finger my phone while I'm on the toilet. I'm checking emails and how good Dogecoin is doing. I'm making sure that Dogecoin ain't dropping while I'm dropping. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. I'm multitasking. You know what I'm saying? Making the best out of what would normally be just, dead time. Whatever, guys. Anyway, we got more music for your Vajir holes on the way as we broadcast live into your Vajir holes on Planet Chaos and Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, and the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network. We're in syndication and replay on a few great radio stations. I'll mention a few of them right now. 920 WON The Apple and 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio, the IRN Internet Radio Network, and WRPR Rat Pack Radio, just to name a few. You can all give me a call at 1-313-444-8919. That's 1-313-444-8919. Or use the Skype. And you can Skype me at Alienstone1. That's Alienstone and the number 1. Don't spell it out. You'd be wrong. And for those of you that are just tuning in, you're late. We get things underway at 9 a.m. Eastern each and every Monday for the attack of the Monday morning Madcast from outer space. The gravitational plates are gravitating, the inertia canceller is canceling, and the deflector array is going to keep wearing its mask regardless as to what anybody says on the news. And let's go ahead and get things underway. We need some music, and as always, bands, you are welcome and invited to submit your music to the station and the show. Remember, the radio station is an alternative rock station. However, the shows, the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space and Inside the Mothership, we play all genres of music. So, if you've got a song and it's recorded decently, by all means, please take an MP3, attach it to an email, or attach a credible download link and send it on over to newmusic@alienxradio.com. That is newmusic@alienxradio.com. I'll check it out, and my only criteria is that it can't suck balls. Okay? It doesn't have to be rock. It could be country. It could be disco. I don't care. As long as it doesn't suck balls, it'll get played on the show. And if it doesn't suck balls and it's alternative rock, it'll be put into standard rotation on the radio station as well. So by all means, send them this way, just like Diwalin did. They sent me this tune. It's called Serendipity. And you're listening to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Nothing seems to ever change. The illusions never go away. Guess your words were empty. I can't really sympathize, though there's always hoping. Yes, there's time I survive. Serendipity. It's now the think I'm done with you. I'm done with your worthless lies. No longer will I feel I need come running back to me. When you're broken, down inside.
Revealed that a number of the bacteria found in the lamps are incapable.
Little surprises around every corner, but nothing dangerous.
Excuse me, sir. There's been a little problem in the cockpit.
The cockpit? What is it?
It's the little room in the front of the plane where the pilot sits.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
And once again, it is time for the punchlines. And this hour's punchlines being brought to you, again, as always, by Igor's Lube. Look for and like Igor's Lube and his family of products on Facebook or at www.igorslube.com. Also, alienxradio.com. Go and click on the Alien X Gear page and head on over to their radio station's swag store. And in there, you can get your Igor's Lube t-shirts as well as many other things, like maybe a shower curtain. Maybe you want to take a shower with Igor. It's possible. It's very possible. Perhaps you want to have a weekly sports update t-shirt with the prospect. You can get that there too while you're at it. How about a mask with Igor? Maybe you want Igor sitting on your face. It's possible. I don't know. But anyway, today on the punchlines, folks, you would think that people have never left their front yard. I'm just saying, you would think that people never left their front yard, or they never watched the Discovery Channel, or never went to school. Okay? You would think. A strange creature, not of this world, washed up on a beach. And everybody was astounded, and they stared at it, and they were freaking out, going, what is this freakish creature? I believe it's called a football fish. Okay? I believe it's called a football fish. They have existed on this planet since before you. Since before people. Okay? There were these. Okay? These fish have existed since before people did. It's not from outer space. It's not an alien creature. It's not some freakish monster, okay? It's a football fish. And it washed up on the shore. Now, this is very rare. It's very rare that anybody actually sees one wash up on the shore because they live thousands of feet below the surface. Thousands of feet. Which means that the pressure of the ocean is kind of their environment. So, kind of like how if we were to go thousands of feet down, we would be squished like a grape. They would have like the opposite effect if they just decided, hey, I'm going to go to the surface. It wouldn't work for them. Okay? It wouldn't work for them. And that's why also you never see them even dead, because the pressure tends to keep them down there. And then not to mention that there's other creatures down there that you've never heard of that you would also mistake as aliens that would consume their bloating corpses before they would be able to come to the surface, even if the pressure didn't keep them there. So, my question is this. Has obviously nobody, unless you're deep sea diving, has ever seen one alive. But if one was to come to the surface, what would make a football fish tread up thousands of feet of water to come to the surface? Could it be that mankind has infringed upon its environment and got in its face and badgered it and bugged it and bugged it and badgered it for so long that it has finally given in and has come to the surface for one of two reasons. One, it has finally decided to extend its car warranty. Or two, it's finally decided to get the COVID vaccine. One or the other. I can't think of any other reason why somebody would go through all of that after being badgered for so long. It's probably the warranty, actually. It's more than likely the warranty. I'm just saying. And folks, that's been the punchlines. Another brand spanking new submission to the station. Feel Like a Saint is the name of the tune. And the band is Matt Long and the Reverent Ones. And you're listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Shaking like thunder, it's my design. Edging up close to the thin white line. I feel like a saint, and I'm justified. But you know that I ain't, and I can't even try. I can't pay for my mistakes, so they'll just have to wait to feel like a saint. Let me burn my anger. Got my own plan. Keep a good distance, I'm a renegade man. I feel like a saint, and I'm justified. But you know that I ain't, and I can't even try. I can't pay for my mistakes, so they'll just have to wait. 'Cause I feel like
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
She came halfway across the universe in search of a cosmic power source that could save her world from destruction.
Who is she?
Who on earth are you?
You know, I think I recognize the costume.
From the producers of Superman, Alexander Salkind presents Supergirl in her first great adventure.
Wait a minute, wait 1 minute. I mean, you can do the whole number, leap tall buildings with a single bound. You can look right through things.
Yes.
Bend steel bars?
Yes.
Like Superman.
He's my cousin.
Supergirl, sent to Earth on a secret mission that brings her face to face with diabolical villains.
I'm considering nothing less than world domination.
You've had your fun, Selena. The game is finished.
Starring Faye Dunaway,
Now I am really upset.
Peter O'Toole,
My neighbors know the criminals, the corrupt, the evil. They're here, over the hill there, with no way out.
Peter Cook,
What's in it for me?
Me.
Brenda Vaccaro, and introducing Helen Slater as Supergirl.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
Hello and welcome to the weekly sports update with the Prospect on Alien X Radio. 2020 was a difficult year for sports as their world and the overall world stopped abruptly when the coronavirus made its way into our lives, leaving a devastating wake of lives lost and grief for those that were left behind. A sense of normalcy is what people want, and as stadiums start to fill up again, we are starting to get there. Another harbinger of things to come was the 2020 Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. The ceremony was pushed up to this year due to the pandemic, and as has other ceremonies, but this one was bittersweet as the finalists were some of the biggest names that were well deserved to be among the greats this year. Among those, like finalists Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Tamika Catchings, and Rudy Tomjanovich, was the late Kobe Bryant. Bryant, who passed away last year in a helicopter accident, was on the fast track to the Hall of Fame as soon as news broke of the incident. As a show of his massive contribution to the sport, the NBA All-Star Game MVP was renamed in his honor, as well as the All-Star Game itself tweaked to pay homage to the Lakers star. Now he joins the others immortalized forever in Springfield, Massachusetts, where he belongs. No one wants their thrilling win in a foot race marred by suspicions of steroid or banned substance use. The feeling of a victory suddenly ripped from your hands thanks to the US ADA could tarnish your career. And that also applies to the four-legged variety too. Medina Spirit was a fan favorite that was going to be a Triple Crown winner after capturing first place in the Kentucky Derby. But a failed drug test soon after raised some concerns to the validity of the win, and the ramifications seemed to carry it to the second leg of the event. In the Preakness, the embattled horse finished third in the race, ending the chance to capture horse racing's ultimate prize. But the dust has not settled on this controversy just yet. After the Derby, testing showed that the colt had tested positive for betamethasone, an anti-inflammatory drug. Officials stated that a second test must be done to determine the overall findings of the discovery of the drug, and if the second test comes back positive, Medina Spirit will be stripped of his Derby win, making second-place winner Mandaloon the eventful winner. Trainer Bob Badford will be suspended from entering any more horses in any race, and they will have to surrender the over $1 million in prize money. I will keep you updated on this story as it develops. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect. Say until next time, Prospect out.
answer just a few questions.
All right, everybody. Well, once again, it is that time. It's time to answer just a few questions. And as always, just a few questions being brought to you by Igor's Lube. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook or at www.igorslube.com. What was the new product we just invented a little while ago? Oh, Igor's...
Click Grit.
Yeah, Igor's...
No, that was already...
Personal grooming sandpaper kit.
Yes.
Oh, you've tamed it down. I'm disappointed.
From the man's heavy grit all the way down to the female's ultra fine click grit.
Yes.
The Slickery series. Patent pending. It is time now for just a few questions. Are you folks ready? Are you stretched out?
Stretched out, yes. Ready, no.
I gotcha. All right, so here we go.
Question number 1.
Question number 1. Question number 1. You and your buddy, it's going to be you and Mad Martin,
my buddy,
have been wandering in the desert all day long, locating and documenting all the common and rare species of cactus.
The cacti.
It's research for an article that you are working on for the Journal of Sharp and Pokey Plant Life. You will be logging and comparing the flowering buds, colors, and level of ouchiness they create with their when poked by their hateful little skin tags. You knew this would be a long trip, so you prepared. As it's getting late, you decide to set up camp for the night. You erect a tent, set up a perimeter, and start a fire. After filling up on the traditional camping food, franks and beans with truffles and a nice Chianti sauce, you turn in for the night. In the middle of the night, you wake up to a strange humming sound.
It would be the first time.
Just then, the tent lights up with a green glow. You rush out of the tent in your SpongeBob pajamas to see an alien spacecraft hovering above you. Another blinding flash of light, and you are now inside the mothership. You are standing in front of a panel of aliens. One steps forward with 2 glowing balls. He also is carrying something in his hands. He sets the object on the ground at your feet and returns to his place on the panel. The object opens, revealing 2 odd-looking outfits. You are then spoken to telepathically. You hear the message in the first voice you think of. So whose voice are you hearing? Is it A, Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars? B, Kripke from The Big Bang Theory? C, Gonzo from The Muppets? Or D, what was the first voice you thought of? D unit. How are the aliens speaking to you in your brain? With whose voice? The first voice you thought of. Or one of those.
Well, now that you're making me think of voices, I was going to go with the Gonzo one. Okay, but now you're making me think of the voices. So I got to go with Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. I almost put him on the list.
You almost did?
I almost put him on the list because that was great. Okay, so you go with Stephen Hawking.
I got to go with Stephen Hawking.
All right, you got it.
Oh, no, wait. I'm going back. Nope. I revoke that one. I'm going with Max Headroom.
Max Headroom?
Yes.
Is it voice in your head?
Really?
Yes.
Sir Martin of Mad. Is it Jar Jar Binks, Kripke, Gonzo, or someone else?
I've got an idea, but I need to ask you, what was in the chili last night that makes you come up with this?
Yeah. There was a lot of deliciousness in the chili. I'm just saying, that was good.
Yeah. Was there any shrooms in there by any chance?
No. There were no fun shrooms. No.
I'm going to go with Gonzo, because I like Gonzo. He's a bit weird.
All right, Gonzo. So Gonzo is the voice in your head. And in your head was...
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom. All right, so the aliens now you got to hear this while I'm telling you. You got to hear this in your voice, and that's the voice that you're hearing in your head. The aliens tell you that they have been watching your planet for hundreds of years. and the Interstellar Supreme Advisory Committee on Universal Alien Interactions and Threat Assessment has determined that your planet will be destroyed and replaced with an intergalactic Starbucks, Dipping Dots, and Banana Republic if you do not correct the course of humanity. You will be given these 2 ability-enhancing suits and charged with the task of righting these wrongs. If you fail, your planet will become a place for space Karens to complain about their less-than-perfect lattes. First, who gets which suit? So you guys get to decide amongst yourself who gets which suit. Here are the 2 suits that are in this container in front of you to choose from. The first one is a green vinyl leisure suit with orange lapels and a monocle. The second suit is a yellow spandex unitard with feathered Elton John glasses.
Oh, that one's Martin all the way. I'll wear the green leisure suit.
Do you concur?
Absolutely.
Yes, I totally, as soon as I said that out loud, I pictured you wearing the glasses. the Elton John glasses.
Also, for the record, no matter what happens, I will make sure the Earth is destroyed because it's too far gone. It's too far gone as long as we're all right.
So, hey, at some point, a car is totaled. You know what I mean? At some point.
That is it. I will make sure that this actually happens and the donut thing is in creation.
All right, so we're going on to
question number 2.
Question number 2.
That was question number 1. That was it.
That was question number 1. We're just getting started on this.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So far, you got there.
I'm
you
dressed.
heard the aliens in your head,
and I'm dressed.
You got your ability enhancement suit.
Okay.
So question number 2 goes like this: just as you get ready to respectfully decline, because this sounds like something you don't want to do, you are zapped back to Earth's surface, and the ship speeds on out of sight into a cloud-covered night sky, leaving behind exhaust fumes that smell like cheese and hairspray.
My favorite.
You also look down and see that you are already wearing your suits. You quickly try to take them off and find that you can't remove the suits. You feel a bit of vibration in your pocket, so you reach in to retrieve a device resembling a smell phone. Resembling a cell phone or a small tablet. The screen lights up and a prompt comes on. It says, Welcome to the Ability Enhancement Suit Instructional Manual. Would you like to register this product online or by mail, or skip this step? So you skip that step, just like everybody always does.
Does it come with insurance?
So you skip forward, of course. The next prompt asks you, what language would you like to continue in? English, Spanish, Russian, or the verbal tones and clicking of the Glockarian Ministry? After selecting English, it announces, okay, switching to the verbal tones and clicking of the Glockarian Ministry. For this moment on, you can't understand anything and can't get it to switch back. And as in every piece of software known to man, the help tab is useless. So, what do you do first? A, Google search an ability enhancement suit instructional manual in English, or maybe a YouTube video with demonstrations. B, sign up for Rosetta Stone and see if it offers a course in the Glockarian Ministry's language in all 17 dialects. C, immediately begin trying to figure out how are you going to go to the bathroom in this thing? Or D, play rock, paper, scissors to see who is going to jump off a cliff first to see if they can fly. And this time around, Sir Martin of Mad, you go first.
Wow. I think C would be the more practical and the logical way of thinking, but I'm probably going with D.
You're going to go with D. You're going to play rock, paper, scissors to see who's going to jump off the cliff first, see who can fly.
Yeah, why not?
All right, okay. All right, so, unit of D.
I want to know who's going to fly, too.
You want to know who's going to... Oh, by the way... I know I just said by the way, but there is a new segment, a new thing here called, oh, by the way... And that will usually come up after you make an answer. Okay?
Okay.
So there is also a wild card on this one that I forgot to mention. So.
Oh. Then I'm going to go with the wild card.
You're going to go with the wild card answer. Okay. So, Mad Martin is going to jump off the cliff.
I hope he can fly.
I hope he can too.
Second, I got way too many people.
I believe I can fly. right.
But here's what the wild card answer is. Play rock, paper, scissors to see who will kick who in the nuts to see if it still hurts. So you're either jumping off a cliff or kicking each other in the nuts to find out how it works. And by the way, glaucarians don't urinate or defecate. They excrete waste from a gill-like slit in the back of their neck. So the suit's zipper and its instructions have been removed. Sorry.
That's awkward. Things are going to get real messy real quick.
Real quick, we have to figure that out. Bringing us to...
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Question number 3 goes like this. Okay. Now you have figured out that it's hand gestures that control the suit's abilities. You have stumbled across the controls for flight and speed running. Oh, I forgot something at the end there.
You did.
I did. I have to back up to
Question number 2.
Question number 2.
You know I got the power to turn back time.
The bonus question that I forgot before I got to the by the way, is after your first round of rock, paper, scissors, one of you shoots up into the sky and the other starts running at 100 miles per hour. Who was paper and who was scissors?
I was too busy recovering for being kicked in the gingangs.
Somebody was paper and somebody was scissors.
I was scissors.
You were scissors. So you're running at 100 miles per hour and Sir Martin of Mad is flying.
Perfect.
So you figured out that if you do 1, 2, 3 paper, you can fly. And you 1, 2, 3 scissors, you could run really fast. Okay? And then the by the way moment. And then we go to...
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Now it makes sense when I say, now you have figured out that it's hand gestures that can control the suit's abilities. You have stumbled across the controls for flight and speed running. Now it's time to start experimenting. If the aliens have been watching us for so many years, they may have designed the control gestures to mirror the ones humans use on Earth. With this new theory in place, here are the hand gestures you will be experimenting with. Okay, and then you're going to have to come up with what you think those hand gestures will make the suit do. So, we know...
I know, right?
We know paper is flight. We know scissors is speed running. So, is rock a burst of super strength or forces someone to start vigorously masturbating?
I'm going to go with B.
So the bad guy's ready to shoot a bunch of hostages and you just go, rock, in front of him and he just drops the gun and starts...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
What say you think of it?
I said I don't want to play no more.
Wait a minute, you know what? There's so many of them, I'm going to let him answer the rock one. I'll go to the next one for you and we'll go back and forth.
Cool.
So what will the peace symbol do? If you hold up the peace symbol, does it A, remove aggressiveness from someone, or pokes out someone's eyes Three Stooges style?
Oh, definitely poke somebody's eyes out, Three Stooges style.
And goes out, woo, 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 woo. Now, once again. Oh, anyway. Look at these fingers.
His eyes are on his head.
Sir Martin of Mad. What would it control if you put thumbs up? Will it levitate objects? Or mind control? What? Levitates objects? Okay, so it levitates objects. Or it mind controls your sex partner into upgrading from a 69 to a 71.
Definitely big.
Mind control. Love it, love it. So unit of D. The talk to the hand. When you put up the talk to the hand thing, that symbol, does it place a force field in front of you? Or does it filter out unwanted verbal diarrhea and trash talk? So he starts going blah blah, and you just go and it goes wah 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 wah. That's all you hear.
I feel like the force field would be beneficial to both, like keeping them away and keeping them from talking. So I'm going to go with the force field.
You're going to go with the force field.
Yeah.
All right.
Blah, blah, blah. Because then you can just... I don't know, is there an earmuff gesture?
Yeah, that's something else.
Right, exactly. Does it? Keep me from...
so you're going to do the force field?
I'm doing the force field.
All right, so you can at least keep them away from me. Even if you can still hear them, at least they can't get near you. So, Sir Martin of Man, you're going to love this one, sir. The metal horns. If you put up the metal horns, does it A, blinds a person's... What did I write here?
God, it's a
To their sides.
chili.
Oh, it's not blinds. There's the wrong letter there. It binds a person's arms to their sides with an unseen force. So, like, their arms go to their side and they're trapped. Or it causes uncontrollable headbanging until they black out or their neck breaks.
I'm very disappointed that Dio doesn't come out from a storm and rainbow and just throw a lightning bolt at their nutsack. But I will go with B.
Go with B. So basically, you put it at them like that, they start headbanging, right? And the longer you hold it there, they get crazier. So you can do it till they pass out, or you keep doing it until they break their damn neck.
The head falls off, man.
Wow. All right, sir. The unit. Directional pointing. Like just pointing.
Okay.
Instantly teleports you to the location you are pointing at, or get everyone to willingly pull your finger.
Come on, B. Don't let the side down.
As soon as you put your finger out, everybody's like, okay, immediately. Sure. Or you point to the corner and bam, you're in the corner.
I want to go with the pointing to the corner, bam, I'm in the corner.
That's kind of a cool idea. You know what I'm saying?
That I'm thinking, whole, social distancing thing. I don't want many people touching it.
And could you point at a picture of, like, the Bahamas?
Right.
That'd be cool. Unless you, like, get in the picture then. That'd be sucking.
That would. Right?
Sir Martin of Bad, this one's yours. The Spock symbol. Doing that Spock symbol. It turns bullies into nerds, or it just annoys people that can't do that without using their other hand to pull their fingers together and do it manually. Yeah. Which one? Turns bullies into nerds, or it just annoys people that can't do it themselves?
Normally it would do that does that anyway, so I'm going to go with turning bullies into nerds.
Cool. That's boom. And they become a nerd. And finally, the unit, the middle finger. Make someone realize the absurdity of their own ideas and actions, or makes everyone else aware of that person's absurd ideas and actions.
Ooh. Makes everybody else.
Yes, sir. I like that. I like that thought process there.
Now, everybody knows you're an arsehole.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about. And there's a bonus question.
A boner question. What?
What would be the reaction to you deploying the shocker? Is it A, a lifelong companion? B, a slap in the face? C, a sexual assault charge? Or D, smelly fingers? Sir Martin of Bad, you go first.
Oh, man.
The shocker.
Oh, wow. Can I say that again, please?
What would be the reaction from your suit? Remember hand gestures. If you deployed the shocker,
The shocker, yeah.
Okay, would you get a lifelong companion, a slap in the face, a sexual assault charge, or smelly fingers?
All of the above.
I had not thought of all of the above, but you can do that. You get all of the above.
How about just the smelly fingers?
Just the smelly fingers. So you just do that like that, and immediately you smell like that. So you just depending, like I guess two-tone smell. Yeah, gotcha.
It's like Neapolitan.
Two-tone smell.
Now, folks.
Sweet and sour.
Before we get to lightning strikes, this is that thing I said I'm going to do something I've never done before. Listen to this. Will planet Earth be turned into a mini mall space station? Will our heroes save us from ourselves? And will they ever figure out how to go to the bathroom? Tune in next week for the exciting conclusion of The Greatest American Zeros. There's a part 2, folks. You are just now ready to start your mission.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
wow.
Are we going to have to remember our answers?
I'll remember your answers.
Well, where's the fun of that?
Maybe we'll play part 1.
Notes.
We'll play part 1 and then go into doing part 2 live.
Okay.
Now that brings us to lightning strikes. What was Ralph's last name on The Greatest American Hero? He was the main character on The Greatest American Hero. His name was Ralph what? Either of you.
I got nothing.
No idea. I have no knowledge of this show at all.
His name was Ralph Hinckley. Number 2. Is this... If this character's first name was John, what former American president might he try to assassinate?
Would it be Kennedy?
Wrong. John Hinckley tried to kill President Reagan. And during the show, his name was Ralph Hinckley. Then John Hinckley tried to assassinate Reagan. And then in all of the replays of that show, they made airplanes go over and stuff whenever they said his name on the show. So you couldn't hear the name Hinckley anymore on the show. Little piece of trivia for you. Number 3. What does William Catt and Ronald Reagan have in common? I'll give you one hint. What does William Catt and Ronald Reagan have in common?
They're both shot.
Do you know who William Catt is?
No.
Okay, that's the hint I'm going to give you. William Catt played the part of Ralph Hinckley as the greatest American hero.
They're both actors.
Yes, they're both actors. Good job. Number 4. Superman is faster than a locomotive, but who is best known for running? Superman is faster than a locomotive, but who is best known for running?
The Flash?
It'll be the Flash if you're going on about DC comic characters.
I really should have given you the choices, but you are correct with the Flash. Your choices were the Flash or France. Same thing as running.
I was also going to say the $6 Million Man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'd have had to accept that. I'd have had to accept it. Number 5. The Greatest American Hero was one of the first TV shows to push the FCC censors with what word?
Ass.
You say ass? What you say, Mad Martin?
I don't know. I have no idea of this show.
Believe it or not, the show is so old that they were pushing the envelope with damn.
Really?
Television still at that point wasn't even using damn. Every time he would crash land, he would be off camera and you'd hear him go, damn, and stand back up. It was like the first time.
I'm going to play the British card here and go, huh?
Huh? No. Number 6. On what type of... What? On what type of... Oh, what type of criminal... No, let me say this again, because it is correct the way I'm saying it. On what type of criminal would Wonder Woman's lasso of truth be best used? On what type of criminal would Wonder Woman's lasso of truth be best used?
Spy?
Oh, wow.
That's a good answer. Some alternative mad.
So many? I don't know. Don't know.
The answer I chose was politician.
Oh, very good.
Politician.
Politician, spy, same thing. Same thing.
Same thing. Number 7, true or false? Batman conveniently stores his supply of shark repellent bat spray on board the Batcopter.
True.
That is absolutely true. It's right next to the Stingray repellent, and he's got a couple other repellents all there. Nice big giant cans. They look like Aquanet, but then they have the other thing on there.
Aquanet.
And then they got red on.
Yep.
Yeah. So, number 8, cape or no cape?
Oh, no cape.
I gotta go with cape, man.
Oh, I got no cape and cape. If you ever watch The Incredibles, you know. No capes.
No cape, darling. It gets caught up and everything.
It sucks so many superheroes into turbines and stuff, man. It gets in their way. They can't see. The cape gets in their face.
They all have one.
Capes are bad. Nope, not The Incredibles.
Greatest American Hero had one.
Yeah, and look, he crashed all over the place. And his cape was short, too. His
I
cape
mean,
didn't go
even
past
Evil
his belt.
Knievel had a cape, bro.
And his didn't even go past the middle of his back.
And you had Batman had one.
Uh-huh.
Robin had one.
Mm-hmm.
And Superman has one.
Uh-huh.
And
You're naming all the ones that still live. I mean, all the other ones that you can't name off, they're all dead because they got sucked into turbines because of their capes.
Well, who are those?
Exactly, they're dead. We don't know who they are. Bringing us to number 9. In order to be considered a supervillain, can one simply do things in a dastardly manner, or does it also require them to be diabolical?
Oh, gotta be diabolical.
Oh, how has to be diabolical?
Absolutely. You can't just be a douche. You gotta be clever and evil and a douche. So yeah, you gotta be diabolically dastardly to be a supervillain. And finally, number 10, what is a bigger mystery? How to go to the bathroom in your suits, or how to use the 3 seashells from the movie Demolition Man?
3 seashells.
I've never seen the movie, so I'll go with the seashells.
I have no idea what the hell they're talking about, but I know how to pee my pants.
Exactly.
Okay. And that has been just a few questions.
Oh, man.
I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe. And I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
The highly anticipated rock anthem of 2021 has arrived. The Dead Daisies return with Like No Other off the chart-topping album Holy Ground. Glenn Hughes, Doug Aldrich, David Lowy, and Tommy Klepetos unleash Like No Other.
2021.
Get the album Holy Ground now. And request Like No Other 2021 on your rock station. And check out tour dates kicking off June 23rd at thedeaddaisies.com. Holy Ground, like no other 2021. The Dead Daisies 2021 is about to get louder.
You know, it's about to start getting pretty hot outside. I think it's time I have a professional check out my air conditioning unit.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube. I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out? Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube.
I got dry, flaky elbows.
Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
I'm going to make a run for the border, and I'm going to place an order. At the window, I'll get a burrito with sour cream and no tomato. Hey, wait a minute, this is not what I ordered. I should have gone to the place on the corner. At Taco Hut, even late night, they'll get your friggin' order right. So go to Taco Hut tonight.
I used to be a nice girl. Until Alien Stone took me for a ride in his mothership. Now I'm an intergalactic hottie. Thank you, Alien Stone.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
You know, you haven't stopped talking since I came here. You must have been vaccinated with a phonograph needle.
Oh, man, this place is weird.
Get out!
We were doing this long before you came in, sir.
All right, everybody, welcome to hour number 3. You have been safely beamed aboard, and you are now inside the mothership as we're screaming through the galaxy, or at least talking really loud in the back row of the movie theater, making everybody mad at triple redunculous speeds. But do not worry, the gravitational plates are gravitating. The inertia canceller is canceling, and the deflector array is wearing its mask. And no, it does not have a forged vaccination card. No, that would be bad. Like crossing the streams. Is that the secret void? I don't know. We just heard just a few questions from from last week, and it was called "The Greatest American Zeros," where our heroes were given super suits, if you will, ability-enhancing suits by aliens, and told that they need to save the world, otherwise they're going to bulldoze it and build a Starbucks and Banana Republic. Oh, and a Dipping Dots. That's right. It's going to be like a little mini mall for Karen. Okay? So, the problem is, they don't know how to use the suits. And that's where we left them at. So, in this hour, I'm going to bring you the exciting conclusion, The Greatest American Zeros Part 2, of Just a Few Questions, which aired just yesterday on Inside the Mothership, as that segment does every week live during Inside the Mothership. Airs 12 noon Eastern right here on this fantastic radio station, and others like Raw Talk Online, UG Media, Lime City Radio Network, the J. Parker Radio Network, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, and the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network. And K89, Mile High, Good Talk, Pure Rock, Prodcore Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, and WRPR Rack Brick Radio, as well as many others in syndication and replay around the world. 313-444-8919 is the numbers, and Alien Stone 1 is how you Skype me. That's Alien Stone, the number 1. Don't spell it out, you'd be wrong. Welcome to the show, everybody, and we're going to have some more music for your Vajir holes, because we got to soften them up to get ready for Just a Few Questions, which is coming up in, about 20 minutes or so. Maybe a little less, who knows? So in the meantime, let's put some more music into your vagina holes, as I said. Music submitted to the station. Bands that you can submit your music to newmusic@alienxradio.com. Please submit a MP3 of broadcast quality or a credible download link. Submit that on over to newmusic@alienxradio.com. I'll check it out, and I will take whatever doesn't blow, and I'll play it on the show. And if it is of the rock and roll genre, it'll be in rotation on the station. Remember, the 2 shows that I do does not have to be rock and roll. We play whatever. So I'm going to hit you up right now with a brand new submission to the station. This tune is called In Writing. Now, this band, I don't know if they don't want people to be able to find them when they search them, but I'm going to spell the name of their band, and then I'm going to tell you how to say the name of their band. And if they just spelled it like you say it, you'd be able to find them. Okay? But I will tell you this. If you could, I tell you what, I will send you a pizza if you can give me a text message through Skype or any other way and let me know by the end of this song who is Mixoplex. Mixoplex, he would be able to say this without a problem, okay? But the name of the band is WTHCNVCTN, pronounced with conviction. Why would Mixoplex be able to say this, and who is Mixoplex? In Writing, the name of the song, The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Well, I've been digging in early grave, trying to drown the sorrow, trying to numb that pain. Guess I'm stuck in my own ways.
I guess I'll live to see another day. I guess we'll pick up where we left it. Hey, well, if I'm wrong, sing along to this bastard song. I heard you say it, but I'll get it in writing. Sorry, I'm not sorry for the way that you overreacted. Please just let me be. I'm tired of feeling like I'm so disconnected. Well, I've been telling you I'm over it, but here I am still hung up on your words. It's a curse. I'll keep lying to myself just so you can breathe. I think you said it, but I'll get it in writing. I think you said it, but I'll get it, I'll get it, I'll get it. I think you said it, but I'll get it, I'll get it, I'll get it. I've been digging in early grave, trying to drown my sorrow, trying to numb that pain. Guess I'm stuck in my own ways. Yeah, I'll get it, I'll get it, I'll get it. And then we fall that time again. Tongue-tied, legs dry, I can never rest. Yeah, guess I'm stuck in my own ways. Remember me, I'm tired of feeling like I'm so disconnected.
sorrow, trying to numb that pain. Guess I'm stuck in my own ways. Yeah, I'll get it, I'll get it, I'll get it.
What's up? This is Chris from Concrete Angels. You're listening to Alien X Radio.
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour, but I have something you want. A new TV?
It broadcast programs no one had ever seen.
Wednesday at 9, don't miss an all-new episode of The Silencer of the Lambs.
Then one night, Roy and Helen Nabel got sucked in and discovered that hell is one TV show after another.
Let's welcome our new contestants, Roy and Helen Nabel.
And they're starring in every show.
I've watched enough wrestling to know one thing. It's all fake. No one ever gets...
Not fake. Not fake.
Now, they can't go home. They can only switch channels.
Where'd he go?
Hey, lady, watch out!
And every series is a nightmare.
That's entertainment.
Because Satan is the sponsor.
Okay, everybody, head spins. Very good.
Don't miss this comedy from hell.
Party time! It's excellent!
That'll save her.
Not!
Stay tuned.
Where have you been?
Got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8990. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday morning Madcast from outer space.
Come on. Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
All right, folks, once again, it is time for the punchlines. And as always, the punchlines are being brought to you by Igor's Lube and his family of products. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook or at www.igorslube.com. Get some today and get some tomorrow because everything is smoother with Igor's Lube. All right, folks. We got like one more tune we're going to play, and then we'll take a short break, and then we'll come back with just a few questions. The Greatest American Zeros Part 2, the exciting conclusion. Maybe I'll come up with like a subtitle for it, like Secret of the Ooze or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But right now it's just Part 2. Who knows, man, what I come up with. But in the meantime, I gotta hit up on this for a little bit here, folks. This is something it's really kind of crazy, okay? It's really, really kind of crazy. It starts off, I mean, you've got people getting medical procedures in parking lots, folks. Think about that, okay? Think about that. You're getting a medical yeah, it's just getting a shot, I understand. But it's in a parking lot. How sanitized, how clean is a parking lot? Okay, people are driving and they're waiting in line, carbon monoxide flying all over the place, chewed up bubble gum all over the place, cigarette butts, and there you are for a medical procedure to get a vaccine. Well, that's not enough, folks. The novelties come rolling in. Did you know that in Transylvania, they actually transformed Dracula's castle into a pop-up vaccination clinic so you could get poked with a needle where you would normally get bit by the tooth of a vampire? I bet you people went in there for that, right? They didn't want to get vaccinated, but they wanted to go to Dracula's castle and get stabbed. Okay? So there's a novelty to bring people in where they normally wouldn't have come in to do that. So, what other kind of novelties? There's been all kinds of them, folks. All kinds of, they call them incentives. It's a novelty. An incentive would be like, we're going to cut your property tax in half for the next 15 years. That's an incentive. Okay? That's an incentive. What these are insults and novelties. Bring your child in and get vaccinated for a $10 Visa gift card. Okay, you need to make the decision as to whether or not you're going to vaccinate your child based on your interpretation of science, your interpretation of the professionals, and your own personal conscience. If you are now suddenly swayed into a medical procedure for a $10 gift card, You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Okay? Even worse, free ice cream? One of the big ice cream manufacturers was saying, we'll give you free ice cream for a week. Or even worse yet, we'll give you a free ice cream cone if you can come in and prove that you got vaccinated. A free ice cream cone. Yeah, that's an incentive. Or free pizza. I saw that. Free slice of pizza. You get vaccinated. How stupid are these? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make me hungry. Wow, I can't even read some of my rates here. My rating. But you know what, folks? The COVID vaccine is not a box of cereal. Okay? You should not buy it because there's a prize in the bottom of the box. That's not why you buy the cereal. You buy the cereal because you have to eat. But no, now you're buying this box of cereal as opposed to that box of cereal. Oh, wait a minute. I was going to have eggs and toast this morning, but instead now I'm going to have sugar and cereal because it came with a prize in the bottom. The COVID vaccine is not a box of cereal, folks. It's not a Happy Meal. Okay, do not be tempted into getting the Happy Meal because it comes with a shiny little toy. Or a bird whistle like a Cracker Jack box, okay? If Cracker Jacks didn't come with prizes, back in the day, people wouldn't have bought them, except for at the baseball park. Now, yeah, people like them now, but what got them to like the Cracker Jacks in the first place? The prize! They sucked you in with the prize. Now the prizes are trash. They're like one of those things where you just get it wet and it's a little fake tattoo that wears off in an hour. Yeah, that's your prize now. They used to give you good stuff, but no, not no more. Why? Because they got you to buy the Cracker Jacks with the little trinkets. It's not, though, guys. The COVID vaccine, it's not a box of cereal. It's not a Happy Meal. It's not a trip to a fun park. Okay? Don't make your decisions based on the frills and the incentives, as they are calling them. Don't do that. All right, taking a short break, pausing the action for station identification and a sports report. We'll be right back with just a few questions. The Greatest American Zeros, Part 2.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
Hello and welcome to the weekly sports update with the Prospect on Alien X Radio. 2020 was a difficult year for sports as their world and the overall world stopped abruptly when the coronavirus made its way into our lives, leaving a devastating wake of lives lost and grief for those that were left behind. A sense of normalcy is what people want, and as stadiums start to fill up again, we are starting to get there. Another harbinger of things to come was the 2020 Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. The ceremony was pushed up to this year due to the pandemic, and as has other ceremonies, but this one was bittersweet as the finalists were some of the biggest names that were well deserved to be among the greats this year. Among those, like finalists Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Tamika Catchings, and Rudy Tomjanovich, was the late Kobe Bryant. Bryant, who passed away last year in a helicopter accident, was on a fast track to the Hall of Fame as soon as news broke of the incident. As a show of his massive contribution to the sport, the NBA All-Star Game MVP was renamed in his honor, as well as the All-Star Game itself tweaked to pay homage to the Lakers star. Now he joins the others immortalized forever in Springfield, Massachusetts, where he belongs. No one wants their thrilling win in a foot race marred by suspicions of steroid or banned substance use. The feeling of a victory suddenly ripped from your hands thanks to the US ADA could tarnish your career. And that also applies to the four-legged variety too. Medina Spirit was the fan favorite that was going to be a Triple Crown winner after capturing first place in the Kentucky Derby. But a failed drug test soon after raised some concerns to the validity of the win, and the ramifications seemed to carry it to the second leg of the event. In the Preakness, the embattled horse finished third in the race, ending the chance to capture horse racing's ultimate prize. But the dust has not settled on this controversy just yet. After the Derby, testing showed that the colt had tested positive for betamethasone, an anti-inflammatory drug. Officials stated that a second test must be done to determine the overall findings of the discovery of the drug, and if the second test comes back positive, Medina Spirit will be stripped of his Derby win, making second place winner Mandaloon the eventful winner. Trainer Bob Baffert will be suspended from entering any more horses in any race, and they will have to surrender the over $1 million in prize money. I will keep you updated on this story as it develops. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect. Say until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right. Igor here with the final ingredient for love. Igor's lube? Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing. Thanks, Igor. And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
The highly anticipated rock anthem of 2021 has arrived. The Dead Daisies return with Like No Other off the chart-topping album Holy Ground. Glenn Hughes, Doug Aldrich, David Lowy, and Tommy Klepetos unleash Like No Other
2021.
Get the album Holy Ground now and request Like No Other 2021 on your rock station. And check out tour dates kicking off June 23rd at thedeaddaisies.com. Holy Ground, like no other 2021. The Dead Daisies 2021 is about to get louder.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio.
Resistance is futile. To answer just a few questions.
And folks, it is that time once again to answer just a few questions. And we're going to be answering a lot of questions because we left you with a lot of questions last week.
The whole show's a lot of questions.
Yes, indeed. So,
all right.
Now, normally my Just a Few Questions has Just a Few Questions, page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, and lightning strikes. So today I do not have a lightning strikes, but yet somehow I have 5 pages.
Oh, wow.
So we have Just a Few Questions, the review, Just a Few Questions 1, 2, 3, and something else.
I'm beginning to wish I bought more beer.
Now, better hurry up and run.
See, the problem, your beer's not strong enough because you're pronouncing it beer.
Beer, that's how we speak it. B-E-E-R, sir.
Right.
Proper the Queen's English, sir. The Queen's English.
Queen, right. See, when you say beer, then it's a little stronger. But you got to pee a lot more. I'm just saying.
B-E-E-R, beer.
Gotcha. So, I'm just going to go ahead and get into this, man. Let me load in the proper sound effects here and get to
question number 1.
Question number 1. Last week, our heroes while cactus spotting and camping, or their cactus spotting and camping trip was interrupted by an alien visit. They were given 2 ability enhancement suits and told that they will need to right Earth's wrongs to avoid an intergalactic wrecking ball. When we left our heroes, they had finally begun to understand how to operate the suits. After accidentally switching the instructions to the tones and clicks of the Glicarian ministry, they became useless. So, with a bit of trial and error, it was determined that hand gestures were the key. Here is a quick review of the suits and the abilities you have already discovered. D-Unit is wearing a vinyl green leisure suit with orange lapels and a monocle. Martin of MAD is wearing a yellow spandex unitard with a pair of feathered Elton John glasses. So far, you have been able to unlock the following abilities with these hand gestures. The paper sign is flight, scissors is speedrunning, rock forces someone to vigorously masturbate. You all right there, Martin?
I am, yeah, no, I'm all right, I'm good.
I don't want you to choke to death, man.
I'm trying to recover from a few moments ago when you said the anal vault, and I was just leaking everywhere, so I'm trying to still recover.
He popped it out, and now he's got to recover. Okay, so the peace sign pokes someone's eyes out, Three Stooges style. Thumbs up gets your sex partner to upgrade from a 69 to a 71. The talk to the hand symbol erects a force field in front of you. The metal horns forces someone to start headbanging until they black out or their neck breaks. Directional pointing teleports what you're pointing at to teleports you to where you're pointing at. The Spock symbol turns bullies into nerds, and the middle finger makes everyone aware of that person's absurd ideas and actions. And of course, the shocker gives you smelly fingers. Okay? So, after a bit of practice...
That was the... never mind.
After a bit of practice...
Say it again. Sweet and sour.
Gives you a little bit of a sweet and sour smell, a two-toned aroma. And after a bit of practice, our heroes looked at each other and said, okay, now what?
Oh, man.
And that brings us to...
Question number 1.
I just want to walk around the street and just giving everybody the shocker all day.
Just so you keep, when it wears off, shocker again. Keep yourself electrified. So question number 1, now that we are beyond preparation. So, you are each zipped up in your own side of the tent. You might need to get... Wow, I am bad at reading today. You might need to get to the whole saving the planet thing in the morning, so you got to get some sleep. While you are still very wound up from the evening's events, you reach for your phone and head for your favorite porn site. Who goes to which site, by the way? Who goes to YouPorn and who goes to Pornhub? You got to pick.
I'm not telling you, Jack.
I'll do the Pornhub.
You'll do the Pornhub. Okay, so D-Unit's Pornhub, so that automatically means YouPorn is going to be Martin of Mad. Sorry.
The UK does the YouPorn.
UK YouPorn. There you go. So...
That's my theory, at least.
Obviously, even among porn sites, this world is very divided. We are not the same. So, as before, your chosen video... just before your chosen video gets to the part shown in the Windows preview, the screen goes to static. At first... you think it's just your phone or your chosen video, but you hear, what the hell, come from the other side of the tent, so you know that something's going on, right?
Happening in his,
So, just then, Gonzo Headroom appears on the screens. It's a message from the visitors. They have 4 tasks for you to choose from. What will you take on as your very first mission? Number 1. There is a species of mammal on your planet you call whale. You must put an end to the hunting and killing of these creatures. They are more important to your world than you are aware. B. Your people have been unable or unwilling to dismantle your weapons of mass destruction. You must rid your planet of all its nuclear weapons. You cannot win a nuclear war. We painfully learned this lesson on our own world over 1,000 years ago. C. Your world's reality is manipulated and warped by lies and greed. The power-hungry and corrupt leaders have driven you all to the brink of madness. You must eliminate these architects of deceit. Or D. Make the parking lot bigger at Tim Hortons so the drive-thru won't wrap around the building and out into the traffic, impeding traffic. We'll start with you, Sir Martin of Mad.
Well, I'm hell-bent on the destruction of Earth, so even though all the others are good, I'm going to go with D.
You're going to go with D. Because remember, if it gets destroyed, they're going to put it in a Starbucks anyway. So
exactly, yeah,
if you destroy the Tim Hortons, who cares, right? Because it's going to be replaced by Starbucks. One expensive coffee replaced by another. And Mr. D Unit. Which one would you want to do first?
What was the second one?
Your people have been unable or unwilling to dismantle your nuclear weapons.
See, the whale thing's got me thinking. Because maybe, the whales communicating, their little high-pitched little thing. They're talking with the aliens and stuff like that.
Okay, I know where this is going. So, D, have you ever watched any of the Star Trek movies?
What's really funny is I wrote all of this, and when I was done, I went back through and read them and realized that every single one of these parodies a completely different movie. So yes, that pretty much is the plot of one of the Star Trek movies. Go back in time and save the whales. But you just got to save the whales today.
I'm gonna go with the weapons of mass destruction.
You're going to eliminate those weapons of mass destruction first.
Yeah.
Well, that's boring.
That's fine.
Boring. All right.
I'm not worried about the whales at this point now because now you guys got me thinking of Star Trek.
Yeah, dude, you're trying to guess where this is going. There's no way of guessing where this is going.
I know, right?
Yeah, well, there's your first mistake.
That's right. So, you know what? I'm just following Martin's suit on this one. I'm just going to go with my man, Martin. We're supposed to be on the team anyway. Superhero sidekick. I don't know who's who.
So you're both just going to make the parking lot bigger?
Yeah.
Both of us are each other's sidekicks.
All right. Okay.
He can handle his on his side of the pond, and I'll handle mine on this side of the pond.
And now this is the only way you could ever prepare for just a few questions because I gave you a little heads up on this one. The bonus question is, Clark Kent is Superman, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and Bruce Wayne is Batman. So what name will you go by? Sir Martin of Bad.
I am Glamfeather because of the glasses and the feathers.
Glamfeather. He is Glamfeather. And that's how he will say it every time he enters the room. I am Glamfeather.
And the fact that I'm in a budgie suit as well, which is quite awkward with the budgie smuggler.
Behold my codpiece.
Exactly. It stuns the enemy for at least 2 minutes in disgust.
Behold my codpiece and disco balls.
I was just going to go with D Pimpin'.
D Pimpin'. D Pimpin'.
Nice.
Good. I'm with that.
Ow.
Dear.
Drop my pen. Great radio when you drop your pen. So, Glamfeather and D Pimpin' are our heroes.
D Pimpin'!
And I know this is crazy. This is crazy that I'm just now hitting this, but that brings us to...
Question number 2.
Question number 2! Question number 2! Okay. Just like in everything else, you were given a choice, but not really.
Right?
The visitors did not give you a list to choose from, but a honey-do list. And they must all be done. So, now that all the coffee-addicted zombies are out of the street, and people who actually know how to brew their own coffee at home can get to work, you flip the Spock symbol at all of the whaling ships, turning those bullies into nerds. And as nerds do, they started researching and looking for ways to communicate with the ancient sea creatures rather than murdering them and turning them into soap and lubricants. That's what Igor's Lube is for. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook or at www.igorslube.com.
Shameless plug, but excellently.
It's not shameless. I'm very ashamed. I'm very ashamed.
Brilliant.
Now it's time to go nuclear.
Nuclear?
How will you rid the world of its nuclear weapons? A, your first choice is make appointments to speak with the world leaders and hold international conferences to discuss the world's economic and human rights benefits to a nuclear weapon-free society. Then begin to build an agreement to systematically dismantle the physical missiles and weapon centers over an agreed length of time while allowing transparency and international inspectors access to all areas of interest with or without advance notice. B, fly around the world directionally pointing at all of the missiles and then pointing at the sun to teleport them off the planet, hoping that the international nuclear missile silo map that you got on eBay is correct and complete. Or C, give the world... What? Why is the word... There's a whole word in here that doesn't belong here. Give the world leaders an ultimatum. Eliminate your nuclear weapons or we will rock you.
Oh.
And you'll all be too busy masturbating to push the button. There's also a wild card answer, and this time, the unit. We will make you masturbate.
So, here's what we're going to do. Okay, I got this one all
He's
thought.
going to assemble an answer.
Okay, I'm assembling the answer. We're going to combine them all together on this one.
Okay.
So you're going to like this.
Okay.
So we're going to assemble a...
Did I mention there's a wild card answer?
You probably did, but that's fine.
Okay, just making sure you know. I always forget that.
I'm using I make up my own answer.
I'm with you. Let's do this.
So we're going to assemble a meeting where we get all the world leaders in one great big room.
For sure.
Okay. So that way...
So that's part of A.
Yup. Okay. That way... and when they're in there, then I'm going to give them the "We Will Rock You" sign, so
Hit
they
'em off.
are.
So you don't have to go around all of them.
Exactly, they're all
We Will
right
Rock
there.
You one time.
Okay, and because I'm the super guy, and that's when I'm going to go to all their places, point to their missiles, put them up in the sun, get them all going away, go bye-bye, and then tell everybody thank you for coming today. Please tip the wait staff. There's a complimentary bottle of Igor's Lube and the chafing butter for your way out.
They're going to need that too.
Exactly.
Because you're going to be taking a long. They're going to be there a while.
Yes.
You know.
What do they call that? A consolation prize? Igor's care package.
Yeah.
Dude. For Father's Day.
Oh, Father's Day.
We can build your own Igor's care gift.
There you go.
Okay. That's for another time, though. But that's what I'm going to do.
So that's your answer.
Yes.
Okay, Sir Martin of Mad, A, B, C, or the wild card?
I'm going to go with the wild card answer, please, sir.
The wild card answer is utilize the shocker and deploy a daily simulated Dirty Sanchez on all the world leaders until they agree to launch their nuclear weapons arsenal into the sun.
Sold!
Every day you go, shocker, stink. Shocker, stink. Shocker, stink. Eventually, all day.
Having it all.
You have to change the name, though, when you use it on the guy at China, though, because he'll be like, I like. Just saying.
Sweet and tangy.
Sweet and shower. Oh, we sweet and shower. Take a shower, because now it's sweet and shower. And the wild card answer that you just chose, that was that one. Anyway, the bonus question is what I meant to say. The bonus question is, if you had to use the we will rock you method, what would be the biggest issue? A, dehydration, or B, mopping up later?
Mopping up later.
Mopping up later.
Right. I'm sure they all have bottles of water. They'll be okay. They can rehydrate. You know what I'm saying? But there's going to be a bit of a cleanup on aisle 7 and 9 and 12.
Or at least if they see, worst case scenario is if they do it and they actually short the button in the process, which sends out the nuclear missiles in anyway.
What a mess.
just throwing that out there.
Man, premature.
Premature tic-tac-toe there.
Their missiles just go off prematurely.
Premature missile ejaculation, missile inauguration. Boom!
Bringing us to...
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Traffic is moving, the whales are safe, and the world is free of nuclear weapons.
Yeah!
That was the easy part.
Oh.
Now you must face a new level of enemy. They are of supervillain level, as they are both dastardly and diabolical. Remember, they need to be both those to be a supervillain. These people are both. The two main ingredients of a supervillain. So, they band together and will be referred to as the architects of deceit. They are made up of elected and appointed government officials, along with various news and social media outlets. This seems like an enormous task. How will you defeat such a vast and powerful army? A. The we will rock you technique? By the way, I'm going to tell you whether or not it will work if you answer it, and I'll tell you why it will or will not work. So the we will rock you technique. B. Make videos and documentaries that expose their plot for world domination. C. Paper flight to Washington, D.C. Scissor run up to the Capitol steps. We will rock you to the guards, walking past them as they whack themselves silly. Directional point the main chamber doors and teleport them down the hall. Step into the room and give everybody the finger.
Give everyone the shocker.
Just like that, everybody will see that they are full of crap and vote them out of power during the next election. Which will it be? We'll still go with Sir Unit of D. Which is it going to be, man?
I think it was...
We will rock you.
Can we do like the shocker and the middle finger? Like one on one hand and one on the other?
Sure.
Can we do like double?
Yeah, just so you can have some smell in the room.
Right.
Yeah. A little ambiance.
Exactly.
Like a scented candle burning in the background. For mood.
Someone brought Gwyneth Paltrow.
So you're saying C,
I'm going
with a shocker on the other hand.
Yeah, exactly.
The left-handed shocker.
Ooh.
That means you don't know if it's going to be 2 in the pink and 1 in the stinker, or vice versa.
Oh.
Wow.
Like Spanish Inquisition. No,
I guess it would also depend on if we're
Spanish Inquisition. See, I was throwing them in there.
If we're in the UK, that's how they do it in the UK, isn't it?
They flip it. They flip it in the UK.
They're always on the opposite sides, right?
All right. That's just science. There's no way around that.
I'm totally just kidding.
That's science. There's no way around
Mad
that.
Martin.
But it's true, though. It's true.
See? Yes! Finally got one right.
So you're doing both. So what were you doing, Sir Martin and Mad?
Struth. Well, I would go with the with the latter, but yeah, the both is pretty cool.
To do what now?
Both.
All three, you mean? Is the We Will Rock You, make videos and documentaries, or...
Oh, no. The 3 with the middle finger and the shocker.
Oh, so, okay, I kept saying all that. Okay. So the reason why, if you had chosen A, it would have been no, that wouldn't work, because that was the We Will Rock You technique. And nope, the government officials have been around so very long that most of those parts don't work anymore. Okay, so they won't be able to do anything down there. Just be like flaccid, swinging back and forth. It'd be more like spanking a rope. I don't know. It'd be awful.
They're all soulless, emotionless creatures.
Exactly. It's a dead snake and he's bad.
Spanking.
That's why they want to shaft everyone else, because they can't do it themselves.
That's right. And making videos and documentaries that expose their plot for world domination.
Nobody got time for that.
That won't work anyway, because who will see them after the media outlets delete and block you and remove the truth? So that won't work either.
course they do on a regular.
Nobody got time for that.
So my answer would have been C, and all you did was add the shocker, so ding, 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 y'all win.
Yeah.
But question number 2 continues.
Uh-oh.
Without government support, the news outlets run away or go back to reporting the truth. But the social media giants are still a threat. After taking a break for tacos and lemonade, you discover another of the suit's abilities. If you make a hand shadow puppet, the puppet will jump up off of the wall and become a temporary sidekick in battle. This is great because, as you know, nothing is more terrifying to a social media coding technician than an army of bunny-head shadow puppet warriors. All the social media minion were of no challenge. But now you face the ultimate supervillain, Emperor Zuckerberg. Of the Facebook Intellectual Enforcement Ministry. This will be the battle that saves or destroys the world as you know it. The ominous emperor stands before you, pale-faced and without emotions. He speaks. I knew this day would come. I will not allow my absolute power to be diluted by the like of you and something as trivial as the truth. And now you will die. And that brings us to the final battle against Emperor Zuckerberg. Just then, Emperor Zuckerberg begins deleting your posts and videos. He claims copyright and community standards violations, but has no evidence and offers you no way to show your own in defense. This makes for a weak tactic. What will you do to respond? Given the government official, the finger seemed to work, so you try that at first. The emperor looks right at your finger and laughs. Why do you think this has no effect on him? A, he has already encapsulated you in a shield of otherwise known as Facebook jail, so no one can see you giving him the finger or even your latest cat video. Or B, his fact checkers protect him with a BS bubble. It converts and manipulates and bounces back the information, making to his zombies, making it look like you're the crazy person. So which is the reason do you think? Second one. So his fact checkers protect him with a BS bubble that converts, manipulates, and bounces back information, making his zombie army of followers think that you are the crazy one.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Is it also not too far from the truth?
No, there's no truth to just a few questions ever. We don't do that. So, you both answered that one. So quickly, start creating as many shadow puppets. You quickly start creating as many shadow puppet sidekick warriors as you can. But they all disappear as they approach the Emperor's dark soul. He again laughs, saying, "A shadow cannot exist in the darkness of my existence." He then begins deleting your family photos and memories. Maybe you can hit him up. Maybe you can hit him with the devil horns. You know, break the fool's neck. So you both try it. Also, has no effect. Why do you think he is immune to the devil horns? Is it A, his Facebook algorithms filter out music and copywritten material? If you do not own the rights to the material, you cannot use it on the Emperor or on Facebook, on the Facebook ministry. Or B, Emperor Zuckerberg has never heard of music.
B.
Smart enough man says it. He's never heard of music.
I'm going with B too.
B, he never heard of music. He's like, I don't know what this is. It has no effect on me. My brain can't even calculate what it is. Okay, so nothing seems to be working. What will you do? Oh, excuse me. This is like a script now. What will you do? Martin shouts, "What if we cross the streams?" You know, like in Ghostbusters. D-Unit yells, "But didn't Egon say that would be bad?" Martin says, "Bad means good, right?" D unit says only when it is. Let's do this. So you each toss up the devil horns and then cross wrists, making the double X devil horns. What happens? A, nothing. He deletes your Facebook accounts and the aliens bulldoze the entire planet. The end. Or B, a crack of thunder echoes. A hole opens in the clouds above. A storming rainbow gleams from within. Dio slides down the rainbow and with a screaming high note conjures a lightning bolt and launches it at the Emperor's nutsack, turning him into a genderless zombie, thereby releasing the planet from the grip of the architects of deceit and freeing the people that inhabit it. At last. Or, sorry, at least for another 2 weeks, because money talks and that Starbucks is still coming. So nothing, he deletes your Facebook accounts and that's it? That's the end of it? Or you at least get a couple more weeks by conjuring Dio from a cloud in the sky?
I'm going with the Dio thing.
The Dio thing.
Wow. Okay, so I had a thing that while you're talking about it, so my mind has now changed. Now we're up against the Zuck. My thought was, now you mentioned the crossing the devil horns, which makes a shadow which looks like a face of Cthulhu, which summons the creeping chaos, which is the backing band for Dio, and because the Zuck has never heard music, puts him into a meltdown, see where I'm going with here, and destroys him, along with the...
Yeah! That's exactly what happens! That is exactly what happens. And then a great artist airbrushes it on the side of a van in 1975.
Exactly.
We had this conversation earlier on in the week.
kind of. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been Just a Few Questions.
All right, folks, I do want to thank you for joining me this week. We're all out of time. That was Just a Few Questions, which airs live during Inside the Mothership, which starts at 12 noon Eastern each and every Sunday. This is the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from Outer Space. Starts at 9 a.m. Eastern on Mondays each and every week on our fine affiliate stations and on our live stations, which is Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio Network, United Talk Radio, and Sword Radio, and the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network. In syndication around the world on many, many other stations. Until next time, this is Alien Stone saying peace.